Hello, Mark Satterfield here. Thanks so much for joining me. I want to talk today about your blog and content marketing because one of the biggest issues in terms of producing a blog is what the heck am I actually going to put in it? I can think of, one, two, three topics, but after that, am I going to start to lap the track? Is it going to start to get really, really redundant? Well, the answer is no. And there's a lot of different topics that you can use. And in my blog today, what I do is provide you with a list of these different topics that you can use to create your blog. So take a look at that. I think you're going to find it to be helpful. I think you're going to find it to be good thought starters in terms of creating a blog. Now, ideally, I'd like to have you create a weekly blog. Now, that may or may not be doable. I get it, but if you can create a weekly blog, what this does is it enables you to have an excuse, a reason, a MacGuffin to stay in touch with everybody who is a part of your community. And this ongoing communication is really key in terms of converting prospects into actual paying clients. Now, one other thing about the blog, you can actually have a written blog and that will suffice just fine. But one of the things that I would encourage you to do is to shoot a short video and put it at the top of your blog page, much as you are seeing this video before this week's blog. Now, this is what's called the Walt Disney approach. And for those of you who are old enough to remember, there used to be a program called The Wonderful World of Disney. It was on every Sunday night and ran for decades and decades. And before the show actually started, Walt Disney would appear and he would introduce the show. Now, what was interesting about this is that Walt Disney at the time was really the only recognizable CEO out there because we saw him every week, and he was this kind, benevolent, friendly kind of Uncle Walt character, and this very much was in sync with the Disney image, and it accelerated that brand. Same thing with putting a video above your blog. It accelerates that know, like, and trust factor that is crucial for having the wealthy and the affluent doing business with you. Now, if you're not comfortable doing that, that's fine. You're not going to hurt yourself by not having a video, but if you can shoot just a short video, I'm shooting this on my Mac iBook, so it doesn't require an enormous amount of technical savviness, if that's a word. But what it will do is it will start to accelerate the process of building your community. And that's really what it's all about. First and foremost, I'd love to see you produce a blog every week or at least a couple times a month. Lots of different subjects and topics that you can write about. They don't have to be long, but it's really more kind of having the person walk away with one or two nuggets of good information that is helpful to them. And this all ties back into my overall strategy that the easiest way to convince people that you will do a good job for them if they hire you is to provide great information during the marketing, during the getting to know you stage. So take a look at this. I think you'll find it to be very helpful. Naturally, if you are focused on the affluent market and if you have a reasonable budget for marketing, perhaps we should talk, and there's a button at the very bottom of this page that will help facilitate that. So until we do have a chance to speak personally, thank you so much for being a part of my community. This is Mark Satterfield. Bye for now.